Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Well, today, the knife of the day is the new limited edition exclusive Slysz Bowie knife from Spyderco with Bowler M390 steel and blue tie scales. We're going to talk about the blue tie scales towards the end of this video for those who aren't interested. I brought out some other Spyderco blue tie knives. I hate the blue tie scales. Here's a hint. I've opened this knife 3 times. One of them to just open it when I took it out of the package today. The other to take a picture on Instagram and just now. And look at the blue on the back. Look at the blue on the front. Yes, I'm sweating. Yes, it's in my hand. But as you guys know, I don't use a lot of my knives that much. I'm going to show you other knives where Spyderco uses this blue on titanium and the same thing happens. When I mentioned it on Instagram, everyone kept sending me solutions. And I was like, stop giving me solutions. I want to know why I open up a $400 knife. We'll talk about that, the price too. The first day out of Spyderco, and this is what happens. Just don't make it blue or change the problem that you've had forever. I'm going to show you 3 other knives that I've had with these blue scales that have a problem. That's a problem for me. But let's talk about the knife, okay? Those of you who don't want to look at the blue stuff, that's fine. We'll talk about the knife, and then at the end, we'll talk about the blue stuff. You guys can be gone by then. So, this has been the most talked about knife on Instagram and everywhere else because if you recall, the original Slysz Bowie came out several years ago. I'm probably the only person in the world who sold his original Slysz Bowie for less than what he paid for. Now online, those things are going for $700, $800. The reason I sold it to one of you guys when I was trimming my collection is, one, I think it's a very good knife. Slysz is the guy who did the Techno, the sway back, the Spidey Chief. He does great stuff. And when they're all this tumbled titanium or this tumbled blade, it's just a great knife. A great knife. But a lot of people started talking up this knife like it was the next coming. You know, I love Nick Shabazz. He is one of the most listened to and viewed YouTubers on knives. He is so talented and all of that. I'm going to say one thing, and if you don't believe any other thing that I tell you, please believe this. He called this the original, a Sabinza killer. Let me just tell you, I respect him. Everyone has their own opinion. The Slysz Bowie couldn't hold a Sabinza's jock. I have owned every Spyderco type that there is except for one. Literally. And I've showed a lot of those to you guys. I have bought and owned out of my own pocket all of those knives, and about 75 Chris Reeve knives that I've sold, I've trimmed and then rebought. That's not a flex. That's telling you that I've held them. I've used them. If you have $400, now I like this knife and we'll talk about it. If you have $400 of your hard-earned money and you've always wanted a Chris Reeve Sabinza or Nkosi, buy one. You could buy a small Sabinza 21, 31, and then Nkosi for $375. Buy one, get it sent back to you. express mail, and there's your $400. This is not a Sabenza. A Sabenza comes with a lifetime guarantee. And this is coming from a Spyderco fanboy. I'm a fanboy, so please don't forget that fact. I don't even know what their guarantee is. It comes in a box with a leather sheath, a cloth, some grease, the tools to take it apart, a birth card. It is the best package available, and a knife that is heaven every time you pick it up and open it. Okay? This is not a Sabenza. If you don't like Sabenzas for some reason, then fine, buy it. I will never tell a grown person, and all of you are grown, how to spend their money. And I don't like people telling me how to spend mine. You do you. I just want you to know this is not a Sabenza. Okay? But it's a good knife. A good knife. I think it's a good knife. I sold it like I sold every other good knife for less than I bought for it. All right. This is from Knife Joy. It's an exclusive. It's sold out, in minutes. It busted their computers and all of those things. The differences in this knife, one is, of course, the scales. Instead of tumbled, they have this blue coloring on it. We'll talk about that. The knife, the old one was CTS XHI, which I love. XHP, CTS XHP, which I love. This is Bowler's M390 steel. The blade is more sandy here. It was more tumbled, stone washed on the other one. Same with the scales, which I just loved. Still has the wire clip. Oh, I never took off that sticker. I'll take that off. Everything else, it works great. It's smooth out of the box. I think it's going for like $400. Again, it's sold out, so on the secondary market, you won't be able to buy it. After I sold mine, every now and then I'll sell a knife, and then I'll try to get it back because I miss it. I do that a lot. And I went to get this one back, and I went to eBay. Thing was $700, $600. I'm not paying that for this knife. So you can now just get it on the secondary market. Now, they sent Nick Shabazz an early version. By the way, I'm talking about him a lot in this one. And it's not personal. It's just that he really made this market. He said it was like a Sabenza and the prices shot up. So that's why I'm talking about it. He did a review. Go check it out. It'll be better than mine. Like all of his videos are better than mine. They sent him one. He said, I bought it. And that's great. But he didn't have to wait up trying to get a knife like some of you have. It is a good knife, guys. And it is very nice. Go check out my other review of the original. I just don't know if it's $400. The other one was not. Okay, the original one was not. It was more like closer to 3 or high 2s. The blade is 3.4 inches. It's full flat ground blade. Again, with M390 steel. The total length, 7.8 inches. It weighs about 4.3 ounces. It has a G10 backspacer. The wire clip, which I really love. Of course, it has a frame lock. So let's talk about that blue coating that I just can't stand. I hope. Okay, this is the military. Titanium military, a real rare knife where they tried the blue coating, and you can see how it has problems. They even stopped distributing that one because of those problems. Here is the pits. Pie in the sky, blue. Same thing, the discoloring. Can I clean it up? Yes, but this has been living with all my other knives in a Pelican case. And just like with that, the discoloration happens quickly. I love the Spydie Chef. I was excited about the blue Spydie Chef. Again, on titanium. This is what it looks like. Just living in my regular storage like with every other knife. I don't understand the knife discoloring. I don't understand how this knife that I got 90 minutes ago is so discolored. It's a knife. That's the handle. It's going to be touched. I don't understand that. And I wish that they would do this constant improvement on that. Or just don't do blue. Do blue G10. You change the steel on this knife. Just change the steel and keep it that beautiful tumble titanium. And I know, listen, you guys, I usually don't do this, and you know that. I'm Pollyannish, and I love Spyderco, but this knife, here's my other question. The other knife just stopped. The supply stopped. Why was it discontinued? It was a production knife. Why didn't they keep making them? It wasn't like people stopped buying them. They created this false market where these things are being sold for $600 and $700. By the way, you guys also know I will overspend on a knife that I like. I have a lot of old Spydercos that I overspent for because I like them. I just don't understand the strategy, and now having someone come out with something that's blue and new steel that a lot of people won't be able to get. I'm sorry I didn't get this knife early so that I could give you fair warning, so you could get this knife if you wanted it. I'm upset about that. I hope the people who wanted to get one at least got one. Nick Shabazz hates these specials too, these limited editions, although he just got this one. But he said that the folks at Knife Joy told him that they will release more of them. Now, I don't know if they did that because they knew Nick Shabazz hated it or what, but they will probably later on release another batch, and maybe it'll be orange this time with a new steel. So you will get another chance of getting one. There you have it. I wish it was more positive. I'm positive. I'm happy to have the knife. I'm not as thrilled as other people. It was so overhyped. The knife industry, my beloved hobby, has turned into this online BS thing where people are incentivized to push things, and I just don't like it. But I'm old. I'll be 62 in July. And so there you have it. I just want to make sure you guys get the knives that you'd like to have. But there you have it. My blue story and my discussion about the knife real quick. And I'm sorry that I'm all over the place. It's just, I haven't wanted to talk on Instagram. I haven't even commented about this. But I do want to give you at least the size of this, if you ever get a chance to get one. That's the Para 3. And then I bring out a paramilitary 2. Yes. And here is a paramilitary 2. It is a very nice knife. Oh, sorry about that. So, as I said, very nice knife. Nice size. Good cutter, sturdy. I don't like the blue, but I love the knife. It is not a Sabenza. Please buy your first Sabenza. Get a small Sabenza before you get this. But if you want this, go for it. I appreciate you all. I really do. I hope you're doing well. I will be coming back to you more recent. I promise. I have some more knives I want to share with you. You take good care of yourselves. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.